And welcome to another edition of Trogley's Guitars here. Today we have a 1981 Heritage Cherry Sunburst Les Paul Custom here. As you can see, there is a little bit of finish wear on this guitar, but overall this is a perfect player's grade model. Player's grade because it has some replaced parts and obviously some wear, but there are no breaks, cracks, or repairs anywhere, so it is a solid guitar. We will take a quick look here. I personally love this headstock. I think it looks really interesting because as the guitar ages, the lacquer turns yellow. However, if you take a razor blade and scrape away at it, you can actually make it white, and that is what has happened with this custom. A previous owner of it took a razor blade and scratched away the yellowed lacquer along the very edge with the binding, so it creates this, it's like a bolding effect. It makes it look really cool in person. Kind of gives it an evil look to it. And the ones that get played are typically the good ones, so this one obviously, as you'll see further on, lots of finish wear from regular playing, but also they love the guitar enough to refret it, so I would say it's a fairly recent job. I mean, there's a little bit of wear on the new frets, however, I mean, you don't notice it. It does not affect playing at all. In fact, this custom plays very nicely. I do have a video posted of me playing this one a little bit to give you an idea of how it sounds. But obviously you did lose the fret nibs during the refret, which is very common. But you really won't miss them. There is a toggle switch tip, but it broke. So I might super glue that together. It is a black one. It'll at least be in the case for you to put back on if you would like it. You also have the strap blocks that are on this guitar. Now finish-wise, the cherry part is a lot darker than a normal Sunburst, and I think it looks really awesome. I don't like Cherry Burst customs, but this one, I like it. It's very interesting. Now you can see the arm wear. It's very smooth right here. It's not a real terrible transition. It looks worse than it is, but that's just where your arm rests anyways. You won't see it. Now there is like the backing part of a sticker here. It's not sticky or anything, it's just kind of a film left. I don't know if you can get that off through cleaning or not. You might have to scrape it, but if you're bothered that much by it, you might be able to. Another thing you can't see is there is a little bit of finger wear right there underneath the pick guard. So if you are a pick guard off type of guy or lady, you will have that there. But everything else, there is a little bit, like under here, there's a little ding from where it was resting. But other than that, underneath the pick guard's good. You can see they actually colored the screws black to make it fit in a little bit more. Now the pots on the inside, they have been replaced. Not exactly sure what they are, but they sound good to me. I'm pretty sure these knobs have been replaced, as well as the thumb bleeders, as they call them. The pickups in it are 57 Classics. I mean, it's a shame it's not the Shaws, but at the same time, as a guy that owns, 6 guitars loaded with Shaw pickups, these 57 Classics, they sound amazing. In my opinion, anyways, a very different sound. I'll look up here. The serial number 806215. Looks like 65. Yep. So 1981, 62nd day of the year, 65th in production, up for that day. Made in USA. Those are the original tuners on it. As you can see here, the finish has been worn off. Once again, Like, in person, this just feels a little bit glossier than this. This is a nice, smooth feel to it. I believe this guitar was just freshly waxed and polished, so it's a pretty even feel throughout, so if you're worried about that, don't be. Other than that, I mean, there's really not too many nicks and dings on the neck itself. That's pretty clean, beside, missing finish. Now, here, the back appears really dark on this guitar because, as you can see, it's like a mahogany back here. So it makes the finish appear darker. You can see it's a very big contrast there. But it all blacklight's okay, so it's not a refin or anything like that. So, you got some buckle rash. And I'm not quite sure what that is. Under blacklight, it glows kind of funny. But, I don't know. Somebody must have hit it with something. Once again, as I said, the pots have been replaced. You have the original tin can covering and all the shielding and whatnot, though. Now, I mean, the guy kind of went crazy scraping the yellowed lacquer, and you can see it kind of there. But the biggest part where the guy went a little bit too overboard is right here on the cutaway. Yeah, that's kind of ugly to me, but you could probably, paint over that if you really don't like it. I mean, they went kind of hog wild crazy there, but there's ways around that. You don't really see it unless you're looking for it. But I would definitely say that is the worst area of it before they learned their lesson. But yeah, this is the 1981 Gibson Heritage Cherry Sunburst here. Honestly, I really like this guitar. It plays really great, and it's at a price point that is much cheaper than an all-original version. However, if you really want the original Shaw pickups, I believe I have a set of Shaws. They're an 83 set, but, I might be willing to sell those to you if you're really interested in that. And the price will probably be around, $300 to $350, but that's up to you to decide. As is, it's a great guitar, plays great. I believe it just weighs around 10 pounds. But, as always, check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/Troglys, Troglys. That is where you can find my best price available shipped on this guitar, as well as a place for you to see other guitars I have for sale. And you can ask me questions there. Thank you, and good luck.